I've had enough of the UK. So I've driven like 16 hours from the north of Scotland all the way down to Folkestone, I think it's pronounced, right on the English Channel. Now we have to get moving because I have a train to catch, the Lee Shuttle. A train that goes under the channel and you take your car on it. I think I might actually be a little bit too late for my time slot. It's in like 30 minutes. And we're heading to France. I'm looking for my great uncle. He's buried somewhere in France. And there's a bit of a misunderstanding with his death from World War I. So we need to go try and find his grave. It's going to be an interesting video. So come with me. Let's get out of here, bruh. I'm definitely not making this shuttle in time. I'm gonna arrive at 8:25, then you gotta do all the checking in process. And my train leaves at 8:45. That gives me 20 minutes to get through. I don't believe that I'm gonna make that slot. That's not good. Hopefully we just get designated another slot. Because it was 150 pounds. That was my fault though. I thought 8:45 was the arrival time. I've never seen anyone go through this train process, so I've got no idea what it's going to be like. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, to get across to France, you can take your car on a train that goes underneath the channel. So, yeah. Oh, traffic is not what we want. Where are you going, mate? We're definitely in the right place. I'm not sure what this is. Priority check. Let's see. Because I don't have a passenger. Hey, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, good, man. What do I need to show you?
Mr. Richards.
Yes, sir. Nice, all self-checking.
Okay, yeah. If you just want to make sure you add your API onto your booking for me, please.
Yep. What's that? What is an API? API. What's an API?
Well, that's crow. Is that API like the documents that you've been read your vaccinations or something?
Right, so the API is for the passport information, so all their passport details need to be put onto their booking.
So you just need to add all your passport info and the reg of the vehicle.
Okay, where do I do that?
Should just be somewhere like modified booking or something on there.
Yeah.
It's not too much of an issue yet, but I think from next week everyone's going to have to be doing it.
Ah, right.
So I wouldn't worry too much, but
yep.
Just for future reference.
Okay, bro.
Lovely. Cheers. Bye bye.
Thanks, bro. What does that mean, mate? You either want me to do it or you don't want me to do it. What the hell? Are we gonna make it, bro? I don't think we're gonna make it, man. Let's see. API, like for tourists, can you add your API on there? It's like, mate, what the hell's an API? I don't know if it was like car ownership proof or what. Anyway. No entry there. Where do we go, cuz? Sorry. I was just looking at that other path. I was like, do we go that way? I just wasted time going through the car park. No. Such an L. Alright, so waste your time zigzagging through the car park. I suppose that's set up well if you have time. You can park there, get a coffee, and then you go this way to border control. Roger that. Let's get through border control. Passport. Hello, how are you?
All good, thank you, sweetheart. Have you got your ticket there as well?
Yes. That one?
Thank you.
Passport check ski?
That's lovely, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
Alright. That's the whatever check. Ah.
Your ticket there, sir.
Yeah, mate.
Lovely, wait there 1 moment.
Okay.
Where you going on there?
GoPro, bro.
Oh, go. You're vlogging or something?
Yeah, man. It looks funny, eh?
Yeah, it does.
How much longer does it take to get to the where you actually board the train?
About 2 minutes.
Okay.
You
Cool.
miss your train at every 10 minutes, so don't worry too much.
Okay, sweet.
Just wait there 1 minute.
Alright, we won't miss it then. There's one every 10 minutes. That's lit. We sweet then. Yeah, it looks very funny. You guys can't see it, but my the GoPro looks very funny on my head. You might be able to see it there. Quick ticket checker.
Yeah, bro. Can you go lane 6 on your right here, please?
Lane 6, yeah,
Where
bro.
my colleague is standing, okay? Thank you.
Lane 6, inspection lane ski. Inspected. Hello, mate.
Thank you. And knock for me, please.
Inspection session. Alright, I couldn't show you any of that, the security check obviously, and then after security check, they just did a little swab of the steering wheel, that's it. Some of you might be criminals, so I can't be giving you advice. And then I just had to go through the French side, the French border check, and he said no filming there as well. There is so many wrong turns you can make in this bloody place. So many wrong turns, mate. I've pulled into the wrong gate so many times. It's got like flexi plus, like I don't know what that bloody crap means, mate. Just let me get to the train, all right? So many weird, different roads you can go down. Flexi plus, API path, like what is that, cuz? Wow, all right, well, went that side. The lady just said, oh, your car looks quite low, come across to this side. So now we just follow this way. We have a Ferrari behind us. Very nice. All right, bruh. Now we're moving. We left that queue. We sat in that queue for a while. There's trains every 10 minutes, so you just line up and then you've got your ticket anyway because you've already paid for it. So you just line up and you just get on whatever train you get on. Doesn't matter if you're late. My train set off at 8:54. It's now 9 PM, so now we'll just be loading onto the train after my train time slot that I booked. So these are like the loading bays. You come down these ramps, follow the cars in front of you, and I think we actually just drive into the train. I haven't seen it yet, but that's cool as. How exciting. And they're decorated. It's covered in stuff from Europe. Eiffel Tower, Colosseum. That's so funny. Yeah, we just drive into the train. How cool is that, mate? I don't know how the Ferrari goes getting over this thing, because it's pretty low. In we go, cuz. No way. Inside a train. We've done some adventures, man. Oh, Bumblebee. Taking Bumblebee everywhere. That's so cool. Do we stay in here? Or do we, like, walk out and go somewhere else? I'm not sure. I suppose it's just a carriage, right? There's no like sitting area. So I suppose we just sit here. It's now 9:12. So my original, I got here, what time did I get here? I got here at like not 8:30 and it's 9:10 now. So 35 minutes ish to get through. But if I didn't take wrong turns, I would have been a lot quicker as well. Well, we've been locked in. This is us. I believe we just sit here. How weird is that? There's like little bays. There's like 4 cars in each bay, and then they close the door behind me. You can see that door's closed. And then in front, same thing, closed as well. So we can't see the Ferrari. You probably can't see it. You can see the light, and you might be able to see the car moving a bit, but we are moving, man. We are moving. This is strange. I think we just stay here. I guess we just stay in the car. Who knows what you need to do if you need to go to the toilet. Anyway, I'll see you on the French side. All right, we've already made it. That was 30 minutes. And we are on the other side, just waiting to disembark. That was so quick, mate. Very smooth as well. We're about to touch French sunlight. Bonjour. Here we go, lad. Oh, bonjour. We're gonna drive on the right. Don't forget that, Liam. Right side. Bloke's driving on the left there, mate. Nice. That was so quick and easy. Very impressed. Now we got to work out where we're going. I think we only have like an hour and a half. I need to go investigate a cemetery. I need to find my uncle. Bonjour, mate. Just stopped at the it's actually called Bonjour, no joke. That's funny. Little Bonjour cafe straight out from the train. Good experience so far. Look at this. They have proper rolls at just a little cafe like petrol station. That's what I love about Europe. From what I remember from Italy, when I went when I was like 14 or 13, even the most basic shops, you can get proper bread with like prosciutto and some vegetables in it. Like proper food, you know? Not this shitty packet sandwiches that you get everywhere else around the world. Like, that's epic. That's such a good roll. I've been eating it already. Got a little Bonjour coffee. Welcome to France, baby. And I'll explain to you where he died, why he died, what battle it was, because our family history has a little bit of some wrong details about when he died. It's going to be a good day. My uncle was 26, my exact age. It was my birthday like 4 days ago. Turned 26. And my uncle died here in France, got shot at 26. How crazy is that? Bruh, what's going on in Bonjour land? My GPS has gone to kilometers, which is great. I'm back in Australian frequency. But my Porsche is in miles per hour. I need a factory reset. And then the speed limit is 130. That's such a random number, bro. Who makes that up? That's such a random number to land on for the speed limit. What's happening? And then where do I overtake people? Do I overtake people in the left lane over the right lane? Because when you're on the left, you overtake on the right. So what's the go here? Am I in the slow lane or is that the fast lane? Bloody Bonjour land's got me confused, lad. I don't want to have a head-on collision with a Bonjour. I already did that. I had a head-on collision with a Turk, and that hurt. Got the scars to prove it. But arguably, he took on more damage than I did. So that's a W for Australia. But no head-ons with any bonjours. I don't want to get snellmanella from the snails. Oh, this is funny. We've got about an hour and 20 minutes until we're in the middle of nowhere where we need to go cemetery hunting. And then, what I'm thinking, there's so much here I want to see. It's like, I'm like a kid in the candy store. World War I, crazy stuff. We've got Verdun. I might even stay in the town of Verdun tonight. How cool would that be, bro? That would be unreal. I don't think it's that far away, like maybe 4 hours, so I can do that. I can do 5-6 hours driving. Easy, lad, easy. Let's see how we go. What's this, Dad? Look at this, cuz. I think I have to grab a ticket. Oh. I think it's a toll, that's what I think it is. Hectic, cuz. Because all the cars are on the right. All of these are right-hand drive, so we can't reach. I got a ticket. What do I do with this ticket? That was so random. What the hell is this? Voucher. Not sure what for, but... Oh, what's happening in Bonjour land? This is funny. Alright, that was that toll gate. So that little ticket that I got given on the other road, I had to just put that ticket into the machine and then tap my card. I got no idea how much it was yet. I'll put the amount here later when I edit the video. I'll be able to have a look. We're not far away, about 15 minutes away. To give you some perspective, I have passed a huge, which way do I go? A huge military grave. Probably every 2 minutes there has been a massive military grave here. Crazy amount. Like you can visually understand way more, like how many dudes died in this part of France and Belgium during World War I. It's said that he died on the 24th of August 1918, which he was also called James Patrick Forrester. But then in this report, it's Jim was killed during the Third Battle of Ypres. It's a weird pronunciation, so my apologies if I said it wrong. But here's the issue. The Third Battle of Ypres, which is sort of further towards Belgium, that was lost almost a year before that. A year before he died, that battle was basically over. The Germans had pushed us, all the Allied troops, closer to the English Channel, so further away from that area. And when my uncle died, that was basically the beginning, August 1918, that was basically the beginning of the 100 Days Offensive. That is the end of World War I. That is what led the Allied troops to victory. This crazy offensive that they started, offensive, to push the Germans back up through the lines and across the Western Front. So he actually didn't die at the Third Battle of Ypres because that was 10 months before his death. The battle was over. So let's have a look. Let's see if we can find him. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping I can call my family, my auntie. They love this kind of stuff as well, but unfortunately our documents are a little bit incorrect. So it's a little bit of a mystery, but I believe it's impossible for him to have died at the Third Battle of Ypres, because that was already over in the late 1917. Mate, you'll see a lot more as this video goes on. We're going to go all the way to Verdun, and there is graves everywhere, man. There is military graves everywhere. This part of the world during World War I, millions and millions, like almost the entire population of New Zealand died here, bro. Absolutely crazy. Wow, there's tons of these unknown graves, man. That is rough. He was part of the 38th Battalion. I'm looking for I recognize the pattern, the Australian symbol. It's not here. It's got to be, there we go, there's our symbols. James Patrick Forrester. There he is, bro. What's up, Unc? I found you. My goodness, bro. So he's here. Wow. There he is, bro. James Patrick Forrester, 38th Battalion. 24th of August, 1918. Age 26. Exact same age as me. Wow. There he is. He's been resting here a long time. That's unreal, man. It's hard to work out where, because there's these, like I said, there's these graves everywhere. But the 24th of August, 1918, that is just after they started the 100 Days Offensive, which is, Germany also calls it like the Black Day. I believe they lost tens of thousands of soldiers in one day at the start of the offensive, as the Allied troops pushed them back away from the English Channel. That's unreal, bro. There he is. I'm gonna call my auntie, because she's the one that has the documents. She's very good at keeping all of these documents.
Liam.
Kez, I have something to show you.
Hang on, I've got to get the camera on.
You're with me in the video right now.
On what?
You're with me on YouTube.
Oh no! Don't you dare!
You can't. You're not seen. Don't worry. But this is what I wanted to show you. Look who I found.
Okay. Oh wow!
I found Uncle.
Awesome!
Yeah, how cool is that?
Yep, and he's the same age as you are, Liam.
How crazy is that, huh? But
it's Jim Forrester.
Yeah. So Jim, or Jim, yeah, almost. When I read through the notes from his mate, I reckon they'll probably tear up a bit. Yeah, for sure. The only issue is he died on the 24th of August 1918. Our records, which are written, I believe our records are written by his mate, who wrote, you know, the time period of when he died.
Yeah.
That is a different place. So I reckon he just got them mixed up. So the third battle of, it's called Ypres, or Ypres, it's hard to pronounce the name. That was further up in Belgium. So he actually died right when the Allied forces started the 100-day offensive, which is what led to the end of World War I. That's what got them the victory. So they started this huge offensive, pushing through up and pushing the Germans back. And that's when, yeah, that's when he died, just after they started this huge offensive, pushing the Germans back.
Yep.
Which got them got them victory.
What date did you see on the other one?
It's the same date as this, 24th of August, but The battle
Yeah.
of the third battle of Ypres actually finished
Yeah.
almost a year before. So that was already over about a year ago, before his death. So they'd already lost that territory, and then they'd all fallen back down further towards the English Channel. So that's a
So
yeah.
what was the difference, Liam, between the Australian troops and the British troops?
From what I can tell, the Aussies were pretty much the spearhead of this very last offensive.
Why?
Just tough bastards, I reckon.
They were all volunteers.
Yeah.
The English were conscripted.
Ah.
And that's where Monash developed mateship, because they all volunteered.
Okay. Interesting.
A big point of difference.
There's a couple of quotes from a few generals that I found that one general was quoted saying if he had to go into hell, he would prefer to take Aussies and the Kiwis with him to fight.
Monash wouldn't take orders from parliamentarians. He'd only take orders from the king.
Okay.
Which was quite different.
Yeah.
He was a different man, Monash. He was a Polish Jew. In charge of the Australian troops.
Oh, right.
Good read. Read up on Monash.
Okay. There you go. See, that's the older generation, the older generational wisdom. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
He actually saved another soldier from drowning 2 weeks before he died.
He saved another guy.
He saved a guy from drowning, another soldier who was stuck in the mud and was drowning, and he saved his life. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, he died.
Wow.
He was killed on the front line.
Yeah.
As a Lewis gunner. He was a Lewis gunner.
Yeah.
So he had the big...
What I read through, you guys will find this interesting too. What I read through is there was a gap in the Allied forces line. So there was a gap that formed between, one group and another group, and that was pretty dangerous because it would have allowed the Germans to come in and flank them from behind. So there was 2,000 men in his sort of battalion where he was, and they were asked who's going to go and cover this no man's land, and almost no one said anything. There was only 20 men that said, yeah, we'll go. And he was one of them that stood up and said, all right, I'm going to go. So he ran out into the no man's land to try and cover the flank, and that's when he got shot and gunned down.
He's my great uncle, your mum's great uncle.
Yep.
So he comes down my the Kelly Forrester side, which would have been my mother's uncle.
Yep, and he'd be my great uncle. Great.
And my grandmother always had a photo of him on her shelf when I was growing up, but she never spoke about it. They could never speak about the war. It was so painful because she got married 6 months after he died, and even in her wedding photos, she looks really sad.
Oh, wow.
Because I guess they lost a lot of men at that time, but
yeah.
their mother was already widowed and had already was reliant on him to come back and another brother to keep the farm running.
Yeah. And how do you say the town? Tawini? The town.
Tawanini?
Yeah, Tawanini.
Witchyproof. Tawanini is a little town outside of Witchyproof. So Tawanini is just really the farmlands and that.
That's in Victoria, from the state that I'm from.
Talking to the people that live in Tawanini, he was a very popular man because he was a bit of a ratbag as well. He had that rascal about him.
Yeah. Some things never change.
He had that element of a ratbag there, and that endeared him. So he was a favourite son of the town, because he was a footy player, etc. But he had that little rascal ratbag element. Gorgeous looking like you, Liam.
He was a great looking fellow. That's where I get my genes from.
And he tried 3 times to get accepted, to get drafted into the... So the 3rd time he actually went and had surgery to get a hernia out of his abdomen, and only then did they accept him. That's how, they were just so determined to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And do their part.
Mm.
But we've got wonderful letters that he wrote home all the time.
Mm.
I don't know. You've probably only seen his mother's letters on the files when after he died she kept asking where was he, where's he buried, where's his belongings.
Oh, right.
Have you seen them?
I haven't seen that, no. That's
No,
pretty
well,
rough.
that's all in his files.
Yeah.
And so I've got all those and all the copies of his letters home. And of course, letters home never told it as it was.
Yeah.
They always
Make it seem all right.
just told about, the French farms were lovely and, the farming land, talking from one farmer to another, comparing what was growing and what they were eating, but they would never dare say what they were actually going through.
Yeah. Wild, huh? I look forward to reading through a lot more of them. I'm gonna go all the way to Verdun today. I think I'll stay in the town of Verdun. But
Okay.
yeah.
So you're in Brace-the-Somme.
Yeah, however you say it, Brace-the-Somme. Yeah.
Brace-the-Somme.
Have you got the Porsche there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, just down there. It's doing well.
couldn't see it. I couldn't see it in the picture behind the grave. What's wrong?
Yeah, I'll drive it up in here over graves just for a photo. Hey. He's up a little bit higher.
So, hey, Liam.
He's up here, and there's all these ones down below him.
Go to
So how far from the edge is he? How many up?
From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6. He's the 6th one.
Okay. Oh, she would have been wrapped.
Yeah. I'm just showing Mum, FaceTiming Mum, showing her, because it's your great uncle. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
YouTube. You can say hello, YouTube. They can't see you.
Oh. Hello. Wow, that's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? 26 years old. He was the same age as Mima.
Wow.
Unreal.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Fantastic,
I'll-
Liam. So is it a long drive?
No, it wasn't too bad. Pretty easy. Just jump on the main roads, but I'll send you some photos. Let me read to you what his mate wrote about him. So they called him Jim, but his nickname was Witchy, from Witchy Proof, which is the area that he lived. Jim, which is also what they called him, Jim, James. They always just had these different names. Jim was one of the best pals I had. He used to get on well with everybody. I think it was because he could smile so readily. No matter how bad things were and how down in the mouth everybody looked, Witchy, as we nicknamed him, could always present a smiling face. The day he was killed, August 14th, which is August 14th is different to what it says here. It says here 24th of August, so his mate writing the letter just probably had no idea what the days were, because like, how could you keep track of just the crazy situation that you're in, The day he was killed, August 14th, was one of the most trying I have ever experienced. We were holding a sector of the line near Bray. This village is like Bray-Somme, that's sort of what this village is called, just over here. So just through these lines, they would have been holding part of the front. With some English troops on our left. The English troops, who had also been having a rough time, gave way slightly and fell back a few hundred yards, leaving a gap for the enemy to get in behind them and flank them. The platoon I was in was holding a big chalk pit on the side of the ridge, and we could not see how serious a position we were in. But Jim's platoon, which was 100 yards on our left, saw what was happening, and about a dozen of them, including Jim, rushed forward to cover the gap where he was shot down. That's rough, man. It took a long time for letters to go to his mum to let her know what happened. There was another letter written by my uncle's friend that said, Out of 2,000 men, only a dozen responded to an appeal to go out into no man's land and cover the gap. Jim was one of the ones who volunteered to take on the hazardous undertaking, and in referring to this incident in a letter, he said, "I could not stand back as there were so few volunteering. I am sure my mother would be the last to wish me to do so. I have only to die once, and a few years earlier will not make much of a difference. Only that I will like to see old Tawanini again." That's rough, mate. That's the town. So he's talking about he would like to see his town again. "26, man. 26 years old. This would have been me in a parallel time. That would have been me, born a few centuries earlier. That's what we would have gone through. This whole area, like I said to you before, in this area of the Western Front, the entire population of countries died here. The population of Croatia, almost the population of New Zealand, like 3 to 4 million lads gone. All of these young lads. That's some heavy shit, man. There's one thing that I'll never forget reading, is a quote from a banker that said, "For every man that dies, we make $10,000. So much of this is just so much bigger. There's so much of a bigger thing going on for just absolutely no reason for so many people to die. Like, what was the point? That's rough, mate. That's choking me up. Two and a half months later, the war was over. November 1918. So close. This close to the end. This close to going home. Like at that point of the war, I think by then it was basically already over. Like, Germany couldn't keep going anyway. So then you just had this 100-day offensive at the end, the last 2.5 months from August to November, where a couple million casualties at the very end, and it was basically done. Like, it was basically over anyway. It's so crazy, man. Nice place to obviously lay rest though. It could definitely be a much worse spot. It's very nice here with good weather. There's a glider. I've flown one of those gliders. It's a funny story. Probably nearly died that day. Story for another time. Alright, let's head towards Verdun. I've wanted to go there for a long time, so this will be interesting. 2 hours, 40 minutes. I need to stop somewhere and get some water though, very thirsty. I missed a turn and it's added 40 minutes, cuz. That's a huge L. Huge L. No good. Not happy. 40 minutes longer. Now 3 hours. Well, fast forward 3 hours and a ridiculous amount of tolls. I'm very surprised how expensive the tolls are here. Spent 50% of my YouTube income for the month on tolls today. Unbelievable. But we made it. We are in Verdun. Everyone knows this place. If you don't, well, that's rare, but also to tell you, it's the city, I'm pretty sure it's a city, but it's the site where the longest battle during World War I happened. The Germans were trying their hardest to capture this town. And I've seen this place in movies and heaps of stuff since. I've always wanted to visit here. I'm gonna try and walk now to a monument down here, and then I can go across to the river to show you. It's a beautiful town. It's a lot more beautiful than I imagined. And I also need some food, so it'd be nice to $12.90, nice. Be nice to pick up a meal. Lovely weather, huh? How good. We keep going this way, and then we'll chuck a left. That's the idea. There's a famous spot I'm trying to find. It still has shell marks in one of the walls. I'm not sure where it is though, or what part of the city it is. So maybe we'll just keep walking and then see. Not sure. But unbelievable, huh? Architecture. It's a lot nicer than I thought it was gonna be. But 10 months. 10 months. Hello. They never wanted, the French never wanted to lose Verdun. They wanted to keep it. They sort of saw it as a gateway to Paris. So if this fell, if Verdun fell, Paris would fall. Surely very soon. Have a look, cuz. I don't know anything about the layout of this town. I'm just gonna walk around and see what's going on. But we do need some food somewhere. This is the bridge area I crossed over. I'll show you while we're here. It's so nice. And primo weather, bro. Weather's primo. Let's have a look. Hectic. People are very nice here. People are very friendly. It's good vibes. I wonder if we can be sneaky here. Look at this, cuz. This is unreal, mate. What a spot. This is way more beautiful than I thought. Way more beautiful. Massive canal. Here we go, lad. This is us. Straight down here. This is cool because I haven't seen anything about this city. I haven't looked anything up about it. I haven't watched any videos from it. So my eyes right now, as well as you guys probably, it's the first time ever seeing this kind of, this area. I wanted to visit for a long time. I feel like everyone knows Verdun. Everyone knows it. Look at the monument, bro. Not only that, the architecture is, European architecture, I reckon, is so goated. This is probably during the day, earlier in the day, this would be extremely busy. What a spot. That's massive. Don't know if the camera shows it or does it justice. That's cool, as you can actually drive along here. I can't tell you much about it other than it's the place that was the longest, had the battle for the longest. That's all I know. If you know interesting things about Verdun, drop it in the comments. Where should we go? Continue walking around, maybe find a dinner spot, I reckon. That's probably the go. The size of these walls, bro. This is before, well and truly before, the battle where my uncle died. This is well before that. This is 1916, Verdun. That's the only thing I can tell you about it. That's all I know. So where my uncle died was well and truly after. That was 1918. So 2 years later. That goes to show how crazy and how long these battles were. very long time. I was looking for a building with shell damage this whole time. The building I walked past at the first, on the first leg of the journey, right here, is exactly it. Look at the shell damage, cuz. It'd be very funny if this wasn't shell damage after all that, but I would place money and bet that this is shell damage. But that's the best way I can understand it. This was such a important place, important city to the French. They didn't want to lose it. But Germany, knowing that, saw it as like a place where they could try and bleed the French dry of resources, because they knew that the French wouldn't want to give it up. But bro, some freaking battles here, mate. Oh my goodness. I guess it'll all be, let's see what they say. Chapel. It's all in French. It's all in French. There's a photo of it during 1914. Wow, so sick, bro. Imagine this is like your city, your home city. So much history in like your city. Unreal. That's hectic. You see it all, yeah? Everywhere. There's a big one there. There's tons on this front door here. Up at the high. Even up here, there's some artillery shells up there, cuz. Wow. What a spot. And just how heavily fortified Verdun was kind of inspired what we'll look at in our next video, which is the Maginot Line. Huge line of defenses along the border. They used the mindset from Verdun, because it was so well fortified, to sort of build these fortifications that we'll explore hopefully in the next video. That's the idea. There's like artillery damage everywhere, cuz. That's wild, mate. That's wild. Very impressive. Hello.
Hello.
I want to get a couple photos of this with my phone. That's sick as. What a magnificent building, huh? These streets have seen some chaos, mate. These streets have seen some chaos. That was cool. I'm glad I came down here. I was umming and ahhing about whether to actually bother coming down, but I was like, oh, I should. I'm here. It's only like an 8-minute drive from where I was staying. I've already checked in and chucked my bags up there. Just a very small room. Most places are too much for me anyway. All I picture when I see this stuff is like video games, like World War I video games, World War II video games, you know. Very, very scenic. Like all of this stuff would be the same as well. All of this would be mortar shells, I'd imagine, and they would have filled them over. Here. I'd imagine that would have all been proper damage. And they've just grouted them over. Yeah, wouldn't you say? I'd imagine all of that would be artillery damage. That's hectic. It might be a... These things are huge. Ah, the old drawbridge. That makes sense. Wow, so... It's all in bonjour. I can't read it. I'd imagine that would have been like the old outlines of the city. The city would have been surrounded by a moat. I could be wrong, but I would imagine the city would have been surrounded by a moat with huge walls, and then they've got their drawbridge as a... That's cool, mate. It feels very surreal to be here. Literally like 2-3 days ago I was in North Scotland. That's cool as. Look at that, mate. How sick is that? That's very cool. Very well worth it. Coming all the way here for that. Very well worth it. People yelling. People are being friendly. People yell out. They're like, eh. I don't know what people are saying though. I don't know what the French. I don't know French lingo. I think we're in like a little pizzeria. Look at it. Nice little view out. Got a quiet little corner for my lonesome self. All right. I asked the waiter. This is what he recommended. This is French style. Famille. However you pronounce it. I probably said it wrong, but we're going with that. That's what we're trying. That looks cheesy, cuz. Let's give it a try. It smells very good. That's mad. That's very good. That is so cheesy. But proper cheese, not like crappy cheese. You know what I mean? Yum, bro. How much was this as well? This was 15 euro for the pizza. 9 out of 10 for a pizza. It's like very soft without being too soft, you know? And the cheese isn't too crazy, but still very like rich and creamy. And then I used this thing. I saw this in the corner and I was like, what is that? That's very good. It's like oil infused with different things and a little bit spicy, and it's very nice. I like it a lot. I've never seen anything like that. It's like pizza oil. Never seen anything like that. That's the secret pizza oven. It's very good, sir. Thank you. Merci. I need to get used to saying that. That was mint, bro. Whatever this place is called, that was hectic. I'm not sure. It's all in French. It's on the corner though. Before you get to the shops, the big industrial area. This is a whole industrial area here. Before you get there, you see this little shop. There we go. There's the name. Restaurant. Oh, Restaurant Bonjour, mate. Who would have thought? Restaurant Bonjour. Bye bye. Restaurant Bonjour. Something. That was sick. That was a good dinner, but it was like 18 euro. So probably a bit if I convert it to Australian. This is the hotel. It is called Les Privilèges. It'll do the job for tonight. The humble abode. Can keep an eye on the Porsche out the back there. Thank you for watching this video. It's been a long one. Big journey. Many hours. That feels wet. I think it's okay. Many hours of driving. But we are in France. Not bad, huh? And thank you to eSIM company. They're helping me out. With the way YouTube's going and the way what videos they're favoring, a lot of people blow up and have a lot of success with YouTube, but they do gambling, drinking, parties, degenerate content. It seems like YouTube's going down a path of promoting videos that I personally think have zero value. So I will be uploading on Rumble. So if you could do me a huge favor and follow me on Rumble, it's basically YouTube, just uncensored. You can say whatever you want to say on Rumble. You don't have to pay for anything. It's all free. Rumble's completely free. You just download the app, make an account like YouTube, and then you can look people up. I'll put a link in the description. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could follow me over there, because one day I might just stop posting on YouTube. Or at least I'll post on Rumble first before YouTube, because YouTube is, if it continues at this rate with views, it's completely not worth it. So yeah, see you on the next video. Peace out.